It has been the strangest 24 hours. I'm going to show you some video of me outside last night. So I'm recording a video talking about this blinking UFO that I see up in the sky. Boom. Boom. Every 30 seconds. And it's, you know, the position of this thing is high up in the north. You know, like the Milky Way belt's over about 7:20 p.m. It's right above your head now here in South Australia. And I have been seeing this blinking UFO that I have seen for years. And I first started seeing this around 2016, 2017, I believe it was. And I was seeing it in the Northeast. I was having lots of dream encounters with ETs. It was at the time where I actually missed a menstrual cycle after having the most incredible encounter with this man, and and I just happened to miss my egg. Oh, it was gone. I've never missed a cycle, no matter how much strange ET stuff that I've had. I have never ever missed a cycle, whether I've actually shed an egg or not. You know, I've never missed a cycle. Well, after this dream, I missed my cycle. But it was the most sublime encounter. It was unbelievable. I'll spare you the details. But it was around this time. I believe I was still sleeping with a lamp on because of my encounters with the greys that were absolutely terrifying. And I was still sleeping with a lamp on at that point, because after those encounters, I wouldn't go to sleep without a light on. That's how traumatic it was. My own fear, you know, this was my own fear that I had to get over with these experiences. Anyway, so I'm out there talking about and miraculously maybe capturing it on my iPhone. Now, what I've come to learn about this object in the sky is that whatever it is space orbit. It's off-world orbit. It's not on planet Earth. Obviously, it's not on planet Earth, but it's not even in Earth's atmosphere. And the reason I know that is because one night last week, it was blinking for about 7 minutes, and like incrementally, it seemed to be every 30 seconds. It was just an approximation at that time, but I actually recorded it, timed it last night. And two airplanes, 747s or whatever, flew underneath this as it was blinking. And I could just interpret and I could just analyze, I could just judge from looking up that whatever it was enormous. Because we know that an airliner at 35,000 feet is like, it's tiny. It's about this big, right? And all you can see is its lights. Well, at least I can. Because there's the main corridor of where the planes fly over. I'm actually looking now. I'm surprised I haven't seen one yet. And so two, not one, but two, within a few minutes, passed underneath this blinking UFO. And I could tell, obviously the size of the airliner was, you know, like this big. I knew whatever was blinking was so far beyond Earth's atmosphere, and it must be so big that I now have a new interpretation of the actual size of this thing. Because obviously it's hard to gauge the size of an object that's within the Milky Way and within, you know, the stars. You can't interpret how big it is, but thanks to those jets passing underneath, I could work out and interpret just how big that this thing could, you know, by estimate be. And I was just blown away by it. So as I'm out there looking for this blinking UFO last night, something happened that has never, ever, ever happened to me before. And as I'm standing out there waiting, looking up in the north for this blinking UFO, because this is what I'll get into after, but I seem to have a sense or an intuition when this is going to turn up. And I want to conclude in the most modest way possible without sounding like, like I'm special or something. Like, I am trying to remove myself away from that as much as possible. But I seem to have this intuition of when it's going to come out. And not only that, I have seen this in every location that I've been in since first spotting it back in 2016, 2017. So that's why I've kind of crossed out the notion that this is something from Earth Space Command or the Earth Space Fleet, which is obviously Black Enterprise, so far up the chain of command, or whoever's in charge of this planet, so far up that perhaps we'll know about it in 100 or 200 years from now. So I kind of ruled that out, because anything man-made, why would I be intuitively able to suss that out and find out about that? And so I've kind of hypothesized that perhaps I am intuitively tapping into this UFO. I'm seeing it, and I'm getting the timing right of when it's appearing because of my direct connection with star people, star beings. And in fact, here comes a jet right now. I think it's too small to see on camera, but it's coming over. So this is why I had seemed to think that it is an off-world thing, because I've seen it everywhere I've moved to, and I seem to get the timing of when it's going to come outside, or when I'm going to see it in the night sky. I know, it's like this intuitive knowing just before it comes. Anyway, last night, I'm standing out there looking for this blinking orb. God. So I'm out here, like I usually am. I've been coming out, well, I come out every night, but I come out at a specific time because I'm seeing this blinking UFO high up in the northern skies, just under the Milky Way belt. Almost every night since I've been out here, I see it. Last night's was at 8:20. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's happening now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm on my phone. Oh my God. Just wait. It's just blinked once. This isn't even the one that I've just seen. But as I'm about to tell you what's just happened, this other one's just turned up. Hasn't blinked again. I've only seen the one blink. I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Oh, come on. Oh my God, again. Oh, there it is. Oh. As I'm looking in the sky for this blinking orb, something grabs my attention just where the sun is setting, like at a 45-degree angle. There is movement in the night sky, but this is something I have never ever experienced or seen, at least physically. I saw this, all I can describe it as is a cube or a rectangular oblong looking object blocking out starlight, looking like it was covered in a silhouette of a plastic bag. Oh my God, people, I know it sounds ridiculous. I know it does. But this object, it was like a ghostly box going through the atmosphere. It blew my mind. And it was blocking out starlight. It was almost as if it had a reflection of the night sky around it, because had I not been looking in that direction, I would have absolutely missed it. I would never have seen it. It's not bright. It wasn't dim. It was like a ghostly apparition or a box silently passing through the night sky. I was absolutely just, it was breathtaking. I was speechless, absolutely speechless. Now look, can you maybe see that jetliner up there? It's right above my head right now. Okay, there it is. Look at the size of that thing. Zoom out. Sorry. There it is. You see how tiny that is? It is absolutely tiny. And so for me to capture this blinking orb shows you whatever it is way out in the orbit. It's huge. This is 35,000 feet or thereabouts, this jetliner right now. I can't zoom, sorry people. So I was absolutely blown away by this thing, this box, this rectangular object. And it was gone within 10 seconds. It went so quick. And it was low in the atmosphere. It wasn't high at all. Oh look, I am tripping. I was tripping last night. Obviously I didn't capture it on camera because it's just so far in the atmosphere. I don't believe any, well, I don't know, maybe some really good, photographic lens could capture it, but obviously on an iPhone, yeah, we're not going to have much luck with that. And then this thing, this other object, I've never ever seen ever before. I was just so blown away. But then today, I get home from going to the store, and within 2 minutes of me coming home, I'm chomping on a carrot. Somebody pulls up right out my front door, and it's this guy on a bike from Israel. And just the weirdest stuff. This has never happened since me being here. Just come to my door, and handsome, gorgeous, a strapping young guy from Israel turns up on his bike from Israel, about to go up through the guts of the desert, and he needed help with his bike. I mean, talk about uncanny. Just at my doorstep, and it was unbelievable because he has traveled around the world for years on his motorbike, all the way through Africa, and now he's going all around Australia, and he's young and he's doing it on his own. Oh my God, I mean, talk about the uncanniness of the universe. Oh God, I've been tripping all day. So I've actually done, a kind of artist impression of this blinking UFO. I've thought about all these possibilities. What could it possibly be in our skies, right? And that's why I thought, if it's man-made, how am I tapping this intuitively? How am I knowing of when I'm going to see this blinking UFO? How do I know when to go out? Sometimes I've seen it at 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I've seen it at 7. Sometimes I've seen it at 8. And seeing it in different parts. Can you see that jet? There it is. Seeing it at different times, or different areas of Australia. It's a trip. And this is why I must have some connection to it, or at least tapping intuitively into this off-world energy. I don't know. Tell me, people. I have no idea. But I seem to know when it's going to be there, because when I walk outside, within a minute, there it is, up in the sky, and I see it. And I think about all the experiences I have had with ETs, my ET connection, the off-world stuff that's happened to me in my life. I seem to think conclusively that there must be some connection. Enjoy the pictures, people. Love you guys.